What is going on, guys? Craig 1287 here, bringing you yet another VR gameplay video, this time taking a look at Chroma Lab. This is a game that has no audio. That's so freaking cool. But this is one of those games that really just, what you guys are going to be seeing, a 2D video on YouTube without the field of view and without the 3D and just it really just isn't going to translate well. Like, none of VR does. Like, any video you see of VR, it's always so much more amazing when you're actually seeing it in VR itself. But this is just a particle simulating sandbox of a game, and it has no music, but you can play music on your computer. And I think there is I haven't actually messed around with this before, but I'm pretty sure there's one of the settings that makes it to where these particles will interact and react with the music on your computer. So I've got a thing pulled up on. I've got Spotify. I'm hoping it can react to any music that's played through your computer, and so I've got Spotify, and I've got my phone connected to that, so I can control the play and pause from in here, since my computer is way over in there. So real quick though, I'm going to just show you guys some of the stuff without the music. So it starts out with this trippy rainbow effect, and I've got this wheel here. I believe I click down, and I've got these two different wheels, and I just use the Vive controller to select. So the default one, I believe, is this. And you'll see here on the touchpad, I've got a little, I think it's recording my left eye, so I've got a little thing, and I can just use my thumb and I can make it this one is the magnetism. So these little balls that are floating out from the hands, it is now really magnetic, almost no magnetism. And this is where it repels, so it pushes the objects away. So let's go with highly magnetic and highly magnetic. And when I pull the triggers, it pulls them. And that is just so trippy. This is like the ultimate wallpaper for your desktop or something like that. It's just these particles. And oh man, it's just so freaking cool. The fact that this is able to retain a decent frame rate, so I can do both of them, and it'll pull it towards both. If I pull it towards the central point. If you guys have ever seen that show Avatar: The Last Airbender or whatever, or the crappy movie that I've never seen the crappy movie, but this kind of reminds me of that. I want this particle system in a RPG where I can cast spells and stuff, and just where there's fire or water, and you can just pull things to throw it at enemies and stuff like that. That's really what I want this to be used in. I know that simulating these particles is not easy. If I just click and hold, it just kind of creates this globule, and I guess I've pulled all of the particles, and I can push them down into the ground, and it just looks so cool. So now I can and then I can always click one of the grip buttons, and it resets everything. So now I've got it to where it repels them, so now I'm pushing them away. I can push it. It's like a vacuum or something like that, and it'll just push them away. So, and you can, like I said, you can adjust the levels of magnetism. So I can do high magnetism where it pulls in a whole lot, or I can kind of reduce it and it'll just do somewhat magnetic, and it doesn't pull it as fast. See how it's taken a little bit for it. So let's reset it and try another one. Let's go with the gun one. I really like the gun one. And on each of these, there's always something you can do to adjust them. So on this, you can just click it to shoot ball, just chunks like that. So you can shoot a bunch of balls, or you can click and hold, and it does like a fire hose. So let's reset that, and I can just shoot little chunks. And if I reduce it, it makes the balls move a little slower. So it's kind of like bullet time now. And you can just shoot chunks out of it, except now they're moving so slow they're really not moving into it. They're just kind of globulating inside of it. But then I can go fire hose mode and just really push this thing around. It's just really cool. I like this one. I like this one because you can shoot this stuff back at your face. And again, it's just not going to translate. You guys are not going to see but for me, having that stuff And this is what's really fun, is when there's like particle like chunks flying through the air and you can shoot them. It's just so cool. And this mode makes me really want a firefighter game for VR. If you're a developer watching this, well, first off, thanks for watching my channel. That's cool. I like when developers watch my channel. But yes, make a firefighter game, really, really physics driven with the water, and just oh dude, just things like actually like having to check the door for heat, and you have like a little HUD or something telling you if the handle's hot, all that kind of stuff you get trained. And you got the fire axe, you got the thing to like break in doors. It could be really, really cool puzzles that you got to like solve to like get through burning buildings safely. And then when the fire breaks out, you just get the hose and you're just going full on putting out a fire, actually aiming at the base of it and things like. I think that would be really, really cool. So yeah, let's see what else we got tool-wise. We've got the explosion one. Let's reset it. I love this one. And again, you can create, a really weak explosion, very strong explosion, and it's always at the center of the explosion will always be at one of these balls. So let's just do it right here in the middle. Boom! Isn't that so friggin' cool? Boom! That is just so cool. And you can just click it as much as you want. Even if it's really, really far, it'll still have a sort of an impact on it. Kind of like the magnetic one that has the reverse magnetism. And it's coming to me, and then I can boom. So let's do one of the explosion ones, but inside of it. Is that not the craziest thing? Oh, that is just so frickin' cool. It is so cool. Like when I first tried this, guys, I just spent a lot more time than I expected, and we can go to a weaker explosion. Man, that's still really, really strong. Let's go really, really weak. There we go. And I just spent so much more time than I expected, and I've realized this is the game I'm going to use to create my next VR intro. I know a lot of you guys are commenting and really like the one that I have with Tilt Brush, but I wouldn't mind having a new one, and I think this one could be really cool because there is a mode. If I reset it, you can make all the dots a singular color, and one of these options is the paint one. And so I can choose different colors, so I can actually like spell out my name, and then you can adjust like the size. So if I want that to be painted, or I can release the trigger a bit and the size of it, and so I can actually do the whole correct thing. So this is probably what I'm going to end up doing for my next intro, and I think that would be really, really cool. Let's see, let's go to this one. Is one that I'm not too big a fan of. When you do it, you create these spheres and you can adjust how magnetic they are. You can tether them together. See how I said it's magnetism, so it's kind of like creating like a black hole or something, and you can do this to like move it around. So it's creating basically what you have with this mode, the magnetism thing, but you can just create them out, and you can create multiples. So I can create that one, I can create that one, and move it over here, and then I can link the two, and so they like share this, and it kind of looks cool. It's kind of cool looking, and then you can just delete them. So that's pretty cool because you can choose that and then set it to another tool, and so you can have those just kind of in existence, and you can use other tools. So there's a preset. The developer of this game actually did make some presets, and he's got some pretty cool ones where it looks like a space kind of thing, it looks like a black hole, and it looks like Saturn's rings like spiraling around it. So then I can go back to it and select that and delete, select that one and delete. So that's what that one is. Let's reset. And the last tool is this one, where you create a circle, and again, like always, all the tools, there's a level of adjustment. You can create how big it is, and normally you can just use it to like push stuff around. If you just want to push things with your hands, you can definitely use this one, but it collects it. It collects the stuff, and so I can take that chunk out of it. If I want just a small little chunk, let's see, how big is that? If I just want like that corner, I can just pull that off, and then I can throw it into itself. So let's make a big chunk. Bloop. I can throw it, so it's kind of like the gun one, but you have to be able to grab your own ammo. And speaking of the gun one, you can just use the gun one, and you can like shoot into this holding one, and it's really, really cool. It's just kind of cool. Like, again, this is like reminds me of like a spellcaster, like collecting or something like out of Dragon Ball Z, where they're like charging up the attack and, whoosh, and then throwing their spell or something. It just the amount of physics going on with this is just incredible. You know, I don't know if you could pull this off in a game where it's having to render all sorts of other things, a whole new environment and enemies and all these other effects and stuff. But it's just, oh god, this is just so trippy, guys, so trippy. All right, so now let's start messing with some of the other things. So you can open up the menu, which is this, and here's these presets. And you can go in, mess with the miscellaneous settings, the play area size, audio reactivity, intensity, cool, wave audio reactivity. So I got to turn that on before I do my music thing. You can mess with the scale, so I can make it really, really, really small. So now that's like where I was standing in this room, and here's my little boom globule. And I can push things around now, and now it's like I'm a giant. And this is really, really cool. Oh man, this is just, it's like having a lava lamp in your room. That's just so freaking cool. And I got the gun, and then I can make the scale reverse. Let's go scale 3.0, and now I'm really small. Oh wow, the sphere is really big. I never did this before. And I can grab stuff. It'd be cool if I could like move around, but oh yeah, now the hose really does seem like it's the size of a water hose for a firefighter. If I could just do the paint thing, change all of these to red, that'd be really cool. But there is other things that I can mess with, and there's always a way to reset everything, reset miscellaneous. I can quit out from here. Color tool also stops particles, so that's enabled. So let's take the, we'll just do reset. Alright, so we've reset that. So graphics, oh yeah, and you can grab and move this if you want. So there's different shaders that you can do, and the default and the sphere one are only slightly different. It just makes them a little less, like these are almost like they're almost like 2D dots, but this one you actually have like shadowing on the spheres and whatnot. Soft, oh wow, he's improved the look of this. Now it looks like snow. That's really, really cool. Points, this one's actually kind of hard to see. Oh wow, these things are super tiny. Let's go with the explosive, and let's crank it up. Wow, they're so tiny. They are so tiny. Do I have the gun one on this one? That is really, really weird looking. It's like hard to focus on them because of how small they are. That just looks, oh wow, that's so trippy looking. Alright, let's reset it. And let's see, and line. Oh, that's cool. They're like geometric. This is also new. Explosion. That is really cool. That looks like something out of like a 90s movie for how they represent like a digital space or something like that. Man, that is just so weird looking. That's really cool. Yeah, this is an update that he actually just released, I think, yesterday. You can adjust the color. So now it's all almost green or something like that. It looks like there was a bit of... Alright, so let's see. Bloom, you can turn bloom on. It just makes things glow. I hate bloom. Bloom is horrible in games, in my opinion. You can turn the skybox off back in the background, which is really, really nice. He used to have a different skybox settings. It doesn't look like those are in here anymore. Oh, here it is, wall shader. So yeah, you can do space. The default one is that. Oh wait, no, this is the shader for, this is not the skybox. You can't change the skybox, but this is changing the actual the cube that I'm actually walking in. And then none. I like none. I really like the none one. That's really cool. But yeah, grid's really cool. Has like this Tron kind of feel. But let's go with none. And then skybox. Let's kill it. And that really makes it seem... Alright, so let's reset, but we'll kill the skybox. None. Alright. Now this, and then you can also change physics. I'll get to the color palette here in a bit, but under physics, so you can adjust like how many times it does calculations. The particle thing, you definitely want to leave it at automatic because you can really kill your frame rate and probably like burn up your GPU if you crank it up here to the max. You can adjust the jiggliness, like the particles. They're always like jiggling like that, you see? So you can reduce how much it is that they jiggle. I like to reduce it as much as possible. So you can adjust the speed, so you can kind of like go into slow motion. You can turn gravity on. Let's see what this looks like now. So now everything just kind of falls. So if I do the thing, it'll eventually just kind of drop. So I like to do, this is one of the things that I messed with last night, or not last night, but the other night. Lava lamp mode, turn that on and you, whoa, sensor kind of went a little crazy. And then graphics, color palette, so you can do speed, which I think the colors change based on how fast they are moving. Isn't that crazy? But I want to use, is it the thermal one? Yeah, this is the one that makes it look like an actual lava lamp. So it's floating up, and you see how it glows whiter? Oh, the brown is like it's not moving really at all. White is moving really, really fast. And this is just so trippy. And so what I did, you guys may not be able to see me. I don't even know where my camera is at this point. But I just laid down on the ground and just did this. And just looked up at it. And this just is so weird. Oh, just watching all this stuff just float up and whatnot. And of course I can interact with it, so I can, let's see, where's the... So I can like shoot some of these globs as they're like falling down and stuff. So, alright, let's go to the music one and see what that does. Huh. Oh, this just looks so cool. It looks like something out of a movie. Alright, oh, and I'm getting stuck on all my cords. This is why we need wireless VR, even though I was the cord of my headset, but I'll get a wireless headset one day once the TP Cast or Intel's option comes out. Alright, so, and then we can even like reset it, and then it goes back into lava. Oh, that was so cool. And then it starts to rise. Let's see, let's turn the lava lamp. It's under physics. The lava lamp is off. So now we've got gravity on. So now it just kind of falls. And it looks like dirt. This is another thing where I was just kind of messing around, making it feel like I was like a caster or whatever. And you can like pull the earth. It's like I'm pulling the earth up. Oh wait, I've got the time. Let's see, speed time. Here we go. Let's reset this back to roughly 1. There we go. Now it's moving a little faster. Might have gravity on a little too much. Physics, gravity. Let's reduce you a bit. And these just on low. Man, I feel like I did a lot more last time. Gravity, let's go to 2. There we go. Now I'm like pulling it up. Oh, that looks like a volcano now. And you can like pull it up out of the ground and like it's almost as if you're casting it. Man, I feel like he might have adjusted something. I think he made the gravity weaker. I think I actually did see that in the patch notes, which is kind of a bummer. Because yeah, it looked like I could like pull the earth up and then I could like swing it and throw it at the walls, and it really did feel like I was like somebody who could control like earth or something. And it just again felt like a very cool RPG kind of a spellcaster thing. So let's miscellaneous wave audio reactivity, physics. Let's reset our physics, turning gravity off, and everything is back to normal. Alright, here's that. Alright, where is the couch? Aha. Alright, let's turn the phone on. Oh, no, it's playing out of the phone. I gotta get it connected back with my desktop. It's hard to do it looking out of devices available. Oh no, it's on both of my computers. Let's go with this one. There we go, I hear it. And hopefully this is a song that would not get me in trouble. Let's turn the volume up a bit. don't know if I just turned the volume up on my phone or on my desktop. Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that! That is crazy! Holy crap, that is really reactive. I just kind of did the... Let's go with explosive, set it really low. Boosh! That is... Wow! Let's lower the reactivity just a smidge. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. That is trippy. The way the colors are doing it. Boom. Alright, let's go with physics, speed. Let's crank that down. Let's go with the gun. Man, that's still shooting out like... Oh, I gotta lower this. There we go. Now I'm just kind of like creating little bits that are just floating in the air. That is cool. You guys may recognize the song if you've played VR. What was the name of it? It was it was in the credits of one of the VR games. That's just so cool. Alright, let's change graphics, color palette, collision, paint. Oh, that's paint. That's the one. Let's gather them up. Gather them up. Alrighty. Look at it pulsating. That is so trippy. Another thing is kind of cool. You can see like the graphical detail on each particle kind of changes. You see it gets a little fuzzier when there's a whole lot of movement. So it dynamically changes the detail of the particles so that it doesn't tank your frame rate. Pull that down. Splash! That is pretty cool. That is just, it's just a whole nother thing. Like, guys, this is definitely something that I can use to like show to friends and family when they come to try out VR. It's not a shooter, there's no artificial locomotion. You just move as you would actually move around in the room. So it's something I can show them, and we can play some music, let them pick whatever songs they want. And it's just a cool, fun thing to just mess around with. And I mean, it's a sandbox experience. You just kind of mess around with the tools. And let's pause the music, and let's show you just some of the presets. If I can find the phone. Here we are. Alrighty. And pause. There we go. Alright, so let's go to some of the presets. So I can go up here and save. So I can save my own things that I've done, like the lava lamp one. And I think he did change a few. He added, replaced one of them. Let's go with number 7, which is it's Earth and the Moon, which the Moon doesn't look really spherical, but yeah. So it's like a recreation of Earth, in a way, kind of. Yeah. Got the ice up there. So we can switch to the explosive, and we can go and detonate the Earth in the core that is all yellow. Tell me that's not cool. Oh, that's cool. Some of the Earth got on the Moon. Let's blow the Moon up. Moon's dead. Alright. So that's pretty cool. I like that preset. Oh, and he's messed with the scale just a bit, I can tell. The room looks a little bigger. Alright, let's go with preset number 1. Turn that off. Yeah, this is the one that I was talking about, where it looks like a black hole. And these things are just So it looks like these things are producing particles. I don't know how to make them do that. Maybe? I don't know. I haven't really messed around too much with the settings on those. But yeah, that's really, really cool looking. It looks like a black hole or something like that in space. It's pretty much a galaxy. That's like what a galaxy looks like when it gathers around like a massive star or a black hole or something like that. So that's really, really cool. Let's go with another preset. Oh, this one he's made the scale. Oh, that's kind of cool looking through the thing. That's trippy. So he's kind of got that lava lamp thing going on, but he's messed with the scale to where they look. It feels like I'm in a ball pit that is all the balls have drank some fizzy lifting drink or whatever it was from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and I can just create little explosions. And do I have the gun setting on? What do I have on this? Oh wow, that is. Oh wow, I'm inside of one. Oh, and they turn into like squares when you're inside of it. That's cool. Alright, let's try another preset. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. Alright, it's like really, really dark. And once I turn the menu thingy off, I just stand here, you start to see flickering, 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 more of them because of the jiggliness. And it's on the one where they only turn their colors on when they react to movement. Like, how trippy is that? Like, imagine seeing that in the dark. Oh, and he changed it to where it's the geometry looking one. Oh wow, yeah, that's really cool. That'd just be really freaking cool to see that in the dark. Let's do the reaction one. Oh, I'm pulling them all in. I'm channeling the energy. Oh, channeling the energy. Let's use this one as well. We're channeling the energy. It's pulling them all in. I've absorbed all the matter in the universe, and we'll splash it down into the ground. Ah, that's just so friggin' satisfying. Alright, let's go with number 4. Oh, this one's messed with the scale. So now it's made me really, really large, and there's like some fountain graphics, gravity stuff going on. Let's do the explosion one. Skadoosh! Skadoosh! So yeah, you can make these things just generate particles. So that's why it's on automatic, is because it constantly removing some of the particles, like some of the ones deep inside here that you can't see, so that it's able to just generate new particles. Definitely don't want to kill your frame rate. Alright, let's see what another preset is. Numero 5. There's another one that's messed with your scale. This one's... Ooh. Ooh, and then it goes into the... That's cool. That is just so frickin' cool. Let's see, 6. Did we do this one already? Whoa! That is trippy. That is freaking out. It was like pulsating almost. Boom! Blast it and see how it gathers everything back up. You can tell the speed on this one's been adjusted. And on these presets you can then go and like change your own settings and stuff and save that as your own. Whoa, that is crazy looking. Looks kind of, it's like slinking. I was pushing it into my face. Oh wow, that is really crazy. Alright, let's, we did 7, so let's go with 8. And this one's got that geometry look to it. And it's pushing out. Whoa, what pushed it out? Oh, look at those, look at the shapes that it's making. That's so cool. That's so cool. Alright, so there you guys have it. There is a look at Chroma Lab and all the different tools that you have available. You can do the paint things, and you can go in and... Oh, I don't think I can change the color of these. I don't know. I haven't really messed with the paint one all that often because I'm not an artist. I'll have to do that one for when I make my intro, but wow, these things have kind of like stopped moving now. Huh, craziness. Yeah, and all the different things that you can do with graphics, physics. I mean, it's just, oh wow, yeah, he actually has a very specific particle count on that one. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that you can do, a lot of control over the physics and everything. It's just really, really cool how much this guy's added to it, and it's still in early access, I believe. So this guy's actually, I mean, he just patched it, like I said, last night. So who knows what else he's going to be adding in. Hopefully some different color palette things, even though that thermal one is still my favorite by far, just with the whole, oh wow, the scale of this one. I love how it just turns white, glowing hot white when it's like moving. That's so cool. When I shoot each of these chunks, like the whole part of it just lights up and ripples through. And I'm guessing this video now has gotten incredibly long because I think my camera feed just cut out, which means it's a 30-minute video. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this look at Chroma Lab. If you've got VR, definitely check this out. It is a visual feast for your eyes and for your brain. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Have a good one. Ta-ta.